Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show. It's your girl, Keisha, aka Hot Havoc, and I'm here with my amazingly talented, beautiful, awesome co-host, Avery. How you doing?
What up, what up, what up? It's a beautiful day. We're having a good one. I got to go pick up my pulls today. It was a beautiful experience. When you're like excited to get certain books and you're actually
Yeah,
able to go pick them up. So yeah, everything is everything. How are you?
I'm good. I started watching, what is it? Sailor Moon. I finally started. Yeah, I'm only on
Okay.
the third episode. I like it
Okay.
very, very much.
Yes. Like what is not
I
to like?
I was not expecting it to be what it was, but like I was having a good old time. Like I
Like now I'm
wasn't
curious, what were you expecting it to be like?
okay, so honestly, I don't think I had anything major. I just knew it was first off, I thought it was women. I thought they were grown women. Come to find out they are middle schoolers,
Come
14-year
to
olds.
find out. Yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh, that's new. That's interesting. Okay. And that's really all I had. But I guess seeing Usagi's like I don't know, her energy, her character, she is a hot mess, but it's adorable.
Yes.
Um
100%.
I think it's weird that or not weird, but like she has a crush on Tuxedo Man, right? But we clearly know that he's a dude that can't
Tuxedo
stand
Mask.
her. Yeah, like can't stand her and in real life calls her bunhead. And then she also has a crush on the dude at that store or where like the gaming store or whatever. And I was like, nigga, you look 30. What are we doing here? I had a lot of feelings about it, but like I'm enjoying it. I'm
There you go.
enjoying it. So yeah. I'm
So now, like,
enjoying
put
Sailor Moon very
yourself in
much.
peak, like, little kid mode, and you're just like, this is so cute. She's so
I can
relatable.
see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see that. What's wild is I accidentally watched Sailor Moon R first. I watched
Mm.
one episode and was like, whoa, this is great, but I'm missing something. Cause clearly like apparently something happened at the end and they forgot like who they were. So I was like, let me find the original episodes. So finally found it. It's on Disney Plus, by the way. If you're like me, you have no idea where any of this is. And yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, I fucks with this. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the sparkly side. Facts.
But
What's up,
also we are
y'all?
having an issue with
Oh,
Instagram.
oh no. Well, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
what's up
it's
to everybody while you're checking that out.
okay.
What up, Long? Yes. Everybody's hyped that you're on your Sailor Moon journey. Hey, Dwayne. Good evening. Yes, Dwayne said, finally. Low key, we were talking about this like at one of our first episodes. So, y'all, I did so well and did not press Keisha. I let her decide when she was going to start this journey. And I'm glad that it didn't take, well, I guess that is a
It took
little
a
bit
while.
time, but we didn't have to like constantly push the issue. I feel like you'll enjoy it more if you come to it on your own for the most part. So nice. Okay, Wong says you're going to love all the different iterations of Sailor Moon over time. Big facts. So you
I can
guys
see
like
that.
Dwayne, all of the vibes. You guys are seeing this part of the conversation, but one of our fabulous Patreon subscribers, LT, came through our meeting because that's one of the perks of being in that higher tier. You get the early tea and you get to see some of the behind the scenes shenanigans.
Mhm.
But he kind of sparked some of this conversation where we're talking about comparing my experience of loving Sailor Moon to Keisha's experience of loving Power Rangers. So y'all don't come for me with the pitchforks, but I have never been a Power Rangers girly. Partly because I just liked Sailor Moon and other things more, but also because when I was in elementary school, I have like a really annoying, aggressive, attack your whole body type of sneeze. I don't know why I've never sneezed normal. It's always like a crazy sneeze. And doing that in elementary school, I was getting called the Yellow Ranger because I guess she was the only black one because that's
Yeah.
how I sneeze. And it
Yeah.
used to piss me off because I was like, if you're gonna call me a ranger, at least make me the pink one. Like, I mean, but it is what it is. So I always was just kind of anti Power Rangers. That my favorite thing about the Power Rangers was what was that cunty villain with horns?
Rita Repulsa.
Rita, period. She was the best thing about the Power Rangers to me. So that's why
And
it's
her
like, okay,
husband was just as wild. Just as cunty. Her husband was, yep. And when the two of
period.
them was just hating, yep. It was beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's like, once again, we're like on the opposite ends of the spectrum of, kid transformative team enjoyment experience, but we're meeting in the middle now. So, Keisha's trying to get me to watch the more recent Power Rangers movie because I was like, what I'm not about to do, especially after, did you see that thing? Pretty much they just exposed that all of the Power Ranger episodes, like where they're in the suits, was like stolen footage from.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
old news. That's old
Okay.
news.
Well, if you're not a Power Ranger person, it's not old news.
True.
But yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I'm really not about to watch that now. But the more recent movie, Keisha has convinced me to watch it because it also has autism reps. I'm like, wow.
Yes.
So yeah, all of the things that we're watching.
2018 movie. Sorry.
All of the things that we've like added to our watch list and read list because of harassment is kind of crazy at this point. Cause like,
yeah.
I'm about to watch that. Also, I'm now watching My Hero. So there's that. Also, y'all, between Keisha and New Blerd Order, I'm now watching the first season of Clone Wars. Send me your strength in your prayers because I feel like it's not about to be giving what I needed to give. But Keisha's adamant and I trust Keisha. So we're going to go there.
Yeah, I'm not even like a big Star Wars fan, and the storytelling in that Clone Wars show is great. Like really, really great. Yeah.
Period, Dwayne. Watching Power Rangers is kind of hard at this age for me, but the comics are great. And I see the comics because they've been cutting up and they have some fire covers too. But I'm just like, I just really don't mess with Power Rangers like that. But you might
watch
be able
the
to.
movie. The movie,
Okay.
that 2018 movie is so good. It is deserving of a sequel that we never got. Like I needed more from it, and yeah, I want you to watch it and tell me what you think.
Okay. Also, Ty from New Blerd Order has us both watching Forever. I haven't started that one, but I've heard nothing but good things. So that's one where I'm just like, that was going to happen eventually. I just had to bump it up because we're going to be chatting with them about it. Yep. So put that on your calendar, guys. We'll be popping on to their show again on the 21st. So
yes.
You'll catch me trying to struggle with the morning hours like he should be struggling with the evening hours.
This is true.
Yes, we have met our respective matches. Keisha be like, don't you people go to sleep? And I'd be like, why are you people up?
And let me tell you, like, we were talking about doing a fundraiser and we were going to do like a sleepover type of thing. And yes, very much my first issue that I had was, how am I going to sleep?
Y'all, I
How
seen
am
it.
I
What's
gonna sleep?
crazy is I seen it all over her face. She was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea," and then she was like, "Oh, but wait, that means I'm gonna have to stay up."
Yep. I'm gonna
The
get my
whole
sleep in no matter
conversation that
what.
went over her face was hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Dwayne.
Wait, what are you Dwayne about? Okay, yes, LT Clone Wars. They got me because we had a whole thing. If you guys haven't already, check out the episode that we
Of New Blerd
visited,
Order.
New
Yep.
Blerd Order. I think the main like live video thumbnail doesn't have us on it, but we talked a bit about Andor and stuff like that. So it's one of the more recent ones. And yeah, they definitely we went in depth about our feelings about Star Wars and the fandom, and it turned into a bet of Ty, if you watch the first season of One Piece, I'll watch the first season of Clone Wars. And that's some of what we'll be talking about when we go to visit them again. So definitely check that out and put the 21st, Saturday morning, the 21st of this month on your calendar. So that way you can check that out conversation out too. Okay, LT says Clone Wars is top 2. Okay, and what did Dwayne say? I thought the movie was trash until I took the time to watch it. Okay, that's fair. Because when I tell you the way that it was advertised, like the effects looked cool, but I was had zero interest or desire to watch it. So that's fair.
No, it's so good. It's worthy. I promise it's worthy. Just give it a chance.
Okay, you guys, how often do you hear Keisha's whole voice switch up asking us to watch
Yeah,
something?
no,
So
just give Power Rangers a chance. That it was
Power
so
Rangers
good.
a chance. I feel like that
It
needs to
was
be a
good.
shirt. Just give Power Rangers a chance. I love
As
that.
someone who loved I loved Power Rangers, I watched every single season up until Lightspeed Rescue, which I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it, but Lightspeed was one of my favorite seasons ever. It's corny as hell. I get it. It's like just it's like propaganda just a little bit. I understand it. I was 11, okay?
It's fair. You know, no one's judging you for what you loved when you were 11. It's fine.
Yeah.
We let
Yeah,
you.
Barbie dolls and Power Rangers. That was my shit. I was good. So like I loved it. Just give it a chance. Just give it a chance.
I love how you were like a good mix of the things because me and my sister were such a contrast because like she liked dolls too or whatever, but I was very much like she would be like outside playing and I was like in the house reading. Like, what are we talking about? You want to go get dirty? Absolutely not. Like, what? Yeah, and she
Aw.
loved Power Rangers and like Ninja Turtles and all that type of stuff too. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, burst of nostalgia style. That's another thing that we have in comic news. One of our favorite
Yeah.
creators, Stephanie Williams, is partnering with I believe
Yes.
IDW to bring us a Street Sharks comic.
Yes.
The
Yes.
way that I was like, I just know, okay, Steph, confirm if you ever see this. I feel like she is like such a hardcore, like 80s, 90s baby vibes with the
Yeah.
fandoms and the pop culture that she has a list of
Yeah.
all of the fandoms that she's like, I have to write for this. And she's just
Yeah.
slowly but surely ticking them off.
Yeah.
And
She
I
wants to
love
bring
that
back
for her.
nostalgia. Yep.
Oh, 100%. And I'm here for every second of it. And I was telling Keisha, I was like, dang, like I was never, I mean, it was cool, but I was never just a Street Sharks girly. But why am I about to buy it just because it's Stephanie Williams?
Yeah, we have to. We have
100%.
to. I
I'm
was
gonna
a
put what?
I was a Street Sharks kid. I don't quite remember the show, but I remember being sat after school and
Yeah,
watching
being
it.
sat.
Yeah. So
Sat.
like
I feel that.
I'm waiting for Beetleborgs. That's what I'm waiting for. You don't
The
have to
way
scrunch your face up like that.
I mean, I'm just like, it's so funny because I feel like you would have been like, yeah, let's watch all the stuff that my sister wanted to watch. And It's funny talking to other people who have siblings, because apparently most siblings would like fight over the remote or whatever. And I would just be like, oh, you want to watch that? All right, cool. Well, I'm going to go read. And when you're done, we're watching this because I had to sit through this.
Like, oh, no. Me and my brothers, we were in different rooms. We had our own stuff. So like I was watching.
Y'all had your own TVs is crazy.
Yeah.
I love that for you, but the thought of that, like, listen, maybe that's why we were so cool, because there was no choice. Like, there was no option to fight about it. It was just like, you be grateful for what you have and share with each other because you're all you got. So we never fought over that. Like, I remember, who was I telling? I think I was talking to the book club people about this. You talking about you have 2 TVs. The way that my mind was blown when someone said that they had different like game systems, I was like, nah, bro. We didn't get a game system until the first PlayStation came out. And the way that we were either sat playing together or one was playing and the other was cheering them on. No fights, no drama. You lose, you die, you pass the controller. That's it.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, that's how we only had one. We only had PlayStation, but then we had every PlayStation that came out. Like, oh, no. So I think once PlayStation 2 came out, everybody had something.
Nah, bro. We were heavy with the Crash Bandicoots and Parappa the Rapper. I had the Spice Girl game.
Punch,
Jammer Lammy, all that type of, like, the most girly pop games there were, outside of like maybe like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, Final Fantasy, whatever. But what was the other one? Twisted Metal, the vibes, all of the vibes. Like, when it first came out, we were pressed, and then after that, it was like, nah, we're gonna do other things. Like, literally did not get another game system after that, because it was just like, whatever. Neither of us were playing it that much. Yeah.
True. Nah, I like watching people play video games more than I like playing. I think it's so fun, especially yeah, it's fun just watching people do RPG games, because my uncle was really good at like Tekken and all that stuff. So like I loved watching him play. But I love playing anything with racing.
Yeah.
So like, and if it's cartoon animated type stuff, like I'm even more so. Like on PlayStation 1, there was this game. It was a cartoon game. I don't remember the name, but it was like Toons something. And I loved playing that game so much. They never put it on any other PlayStation game console that I could think of.
Really?
But it was, the best time ever. And then I think a close second is Simpsons Road Rage.
Really?
That's my shit.
I remember that
You're
game.
A cab driver.
Like...
No. You're a cab driver and you're driving all over and you're picking up people and there's this time limit that you gotta hit. It was stressful as hell. I had a blast. That's it.
See, that's crazy. I don't even remember that game. That's crazy. Like, yeah, we were very much like Spyro and Croc and those type of games. What was that one game? Odd World. That was a fun one.
No, I don't
with like
remember
that little alien homies. What else? Yeah, we like kept it real simple with like those OG first system games, and then it was just like, we're not playing this enough to care about getting like the newest system or new games after that or whatever. Like, it was solid for a hot second and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Parappa the Rapper is like peak for me. And the Spice Girl game, like, it was literally about nothing, but I had the time. Okay, I had a time.
It's good. Like, vibes are good.
Facts, immaculate vibes all the way around. But yeah, that was like the end of it. That was like when they used to give you like the little sample disc, so you could try out all of the games. Such a vibe. Yeah.
Aww.
One time for LT, always showing love. Y'all be sure to hit them likes and subscribes one time for the fam. Period. LT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So
Okay, LT saying that the Star Wars fandom is a hive of scum and villainy, and wow, but
they
yes.
are. They are.
I don't know where I fall on that spectrum of scum to villainy, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, they are.
Hey, Lady Mandalore, what up, room full of
Hey,
Blerd?
love. And now she's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Listen,
Look,
we had this whole
you are an
conversation.
exception to the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rule.
Yes.
You are an exception because the standard is trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had this whole conversation about how like Keisha is a Malcolm and I'm a Martin when it comes to a lot of things. Our approach to the Star Wars fandom is very much that Keisha's like, nah, I don't have time to be educating incels. And I'm just like, you
At
know.
all. Like it's look, please tell me you can't figure out that it's fascism, like fighting fascism.
I mean, that's like really low key any nerd fandom at this point. Like, how do you enjoy this media, this story, this message, and you're
And
still a
not get
racist?
it
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
kind of bad all the way
co-opted
around.
oppression.
Mm.
It is co-opted oppression. We could spend a whole show on that, but
Oh
well,
my god. Room full of Blerd says, I mean, may their balls forever be blue and dry. That is a
yeah,
crazy curse, and I'm probably gonna steal that. Love that.
right?
Insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, we totally got off the rails, but what
Yes,
else do we
yes.
got for news? I know you had a couple
Okay.
things you wanted to run
Yes, yes.
everybody up with.
See my issues with Instagram. If you are catching this later and you're like, well, what happened to the Instagram live? Instagram is not working with StreamYard right now. I have no
Mm.
idea why, but it is
And
not
it's crazy
working.
because it's showing that it's connected just fine.
Yep. It's showing that it's connected, but Instagram said, no, not tonight. So, my bad for everybody who wanted to watch on Instagram. Sorry. But Instagram is a hoe. Thank you.
Dang, Keisha, I wasn't gonna say it. Watch our Secret Service agent be like, see, that's why. That's exactly
Right?
why.
Look, I'm the last thing they worrying about because of what's currently happening with Trump and Elon online. Nobody is caring about what we're saying over here.
The way that
Everybody's
I am
watching,
blissfully unaware of what you're referring to.
and we're gonna keep it that way
That
because
no, I'm like saying mission accomplished on my part because I'm like,
yes,
nah, nah.
very much so. All right,
Yeah.
so there are 2 Kickstarters, and I have the links here in YouTube. So one is the Midnight Mystics anthology. All right, both of these Kickstarters haven't happened yet, but they are going to be launching in the next few weeks. So Mystics, the Midnight Mystics anthology is an all-black fantasy comic book anthology. And there are some names in here. We can't mention them just yet, but there are some names in here that I am super excited about. And we are going to have some things come up with them, hopefully, very, very soon. But yes, we want to always support Black women, especially Black women in comics. So if you can, we're going to go ahead and support them. Next up is another one. Now,
Wait,
this
do we
one we
have
can't.
something to show them of it?
Do we? Let me see if I can pull this up because they are messing with. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that,
Period.
but Midnight Mystics, an anthology of fantasy comics for Black women. This looks like it's going to be great. They're going to be releasing the names of all the women involved in the next few weeks. So as you can see, I already got it saved on mine. I'm expecting y'all to be getting it too, if possible,
Period.
you know. And then next up, let me see. Next up, we have Noir is the New Black. Now let me pull that one up.
This is gonna be another one of those.
Yeah, so if you haven't read the other Noir is the New Black, they've already had 3 editions of it come out, and oh my goodness, it is a great, great anthology. I read it like a couple of months back. I ended up learning about MD Marie in there. You had some people in this collection that stuck with traditional noir stories, but then you also had futuristic ones. But then we had some that were like in the 90s in Chicago. Like it was just this great variety of noir stories, and introduced me to a lot of new writers and artists. I'm very excited for this one. Like very, very, very excited for this one. So
Okay.
once again, this Kickstarter I know launches on Juneteenth. So if you have the time, you have the money, we're gonna put something down on this. Um, Fair Square Graphics is co-created by a Black woman, Crystal. Shout out to her. And yeah, like I'm I'm excited for these two. I'm so excited. Yay.
All of the vibes.
Right. All right. So those are the Kickstarters. If you guys know about any more, let us know. And whenever we find some, we're always trying to make sure that we're supporting Black, Indigenous, other writers, and artists of color. Come on. That's what we're here for.
Facts.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Are we going to get to our, what is it? The world to come, or are we going to go to polls?
Ooh.
Which one?
Ooh. Okay. Listen, let's just do the world to come. The way
All right.
that everyone and their grandmother just completely forgot about the no spoiler rules on the internet is crazy to me, because the way that I knew every detail and random fact and potential fan theory before I even got to pick up my pulls today and read the thing myself is crazy and is hella disrespectful. I get it. We all got big energy for the outcome. Keisha is the only one who's excused from this, and that's because she does it in a delicate way. And she genuinely was coming to me like, Brianna, did you read this? Oh my God. And she
Yeah.
asked the question first. The fact that so many of y'all who get access to things before they officially drop in our LCSs and are dropping crazy spoilers all online before we can even pick our books up good is hella rude to me. Have me really seriously questioning some of the people I follow, like, why would you do that?
So I'm
I
gonna
can understand
respectfully
I
go
can
ahead. Go ahead.
understand giving, like, so for instance, Keisha, you can see her beautiful shelves in the background of the Pink Riot post about it today, letting people know that's what we're going to be talking about. It was an understanding that there was going to be a what the hell situation, but it did not spoil anything. That's how you're supposed to go about this. But everybody was like, and the way that I had to just mute notifications in some of the chats that I'm in because people are big mad and in their feelings is crazy. So I did. That was the first thing that I read after I picked up my pulls today, because I was like, I just know. I just already know that I need to figure it out. But I'm okay. I want to hear your thoughts, Keisha, because you read it before I did. And then I'll share my thoughts about it. And then we want to hear from you guys in the comments. So let us know, if give us a thumbs up if you read it, a thumbs down if you haven't yet. And then let us know how you feel about the story or where you think it's going. Give us the tea.
You see me stretching because oh, okay. So
Lady Mandalore
I'm
says, now you know why I'm here.
right. I respectfully disagree because this was a giant what the fuck. So like in game, right? and everybody was holding their tongue with Avengers and all that stuff. And we know it was respectfully, you had to be quiet for a few weeks, right? There were things that happened in this comic that went beyond comics, and it went into the Black community, like what's going on. So in order to, because I had to rehearse this, and in
I
order
was
to
gonna
say
say,
it,
so to be clear, we're on
yeah,
Beyonce's internet, and Keisha is condoning the spoilers.
yeah, I'm just letting y'all know this is coming with
Wild,
spoilers.
crazy.
This is coming with spoilers because this is the only way I could get this out. Okay, so
Wait, do we have a spoiler graphic?
we don't.
Okay, that's fine. This is me saying, if you haven't read it yet and you don't want spoilers,
Right, pause.
yeah, go do something else.
Right. Okay, so in this comic, I had several issues with it, but I'm gonna say objectively, it was written very well. Right? I can honestly say that it was written very well. If I got out of my feelings, I could say that the story was put together very well. Right?
Yeah.
Let me jump back in my feelings a little bit. Okay, so we start with T'Challa dying, which is fine. Like, I'm fine with that. And if we know, this is written by Christopher Priest, and he has the original run. Now, I haven't read the original run, so I can't give that context, and I'm sure I'm probably missing something. So I'm gonna speak to this as someone who is reading Christopher Priest from the first time, as well as being severely impacted by the Black cultural influence that Wakanda and Black Panther has had since 2018. So, one, my biggest issue was the fact that Storm was killed in a race war. Please tell me how this Omega level mutant was killed in a race war in New York. That was a giant what the fuck, and was so disrespectful to me. I'm like, there was no this is someone who is a goddess, who has, once again, Omega level powers, who is constantly pushing the limits to what she is capable of. And all you can tell me is in this one little line that she died in a race war. Please, what the fuck was that? It was just insane. So I felt disrespected. Turn the page, right? Then we go on to him marrying Monica Lynn, right? Which is cool because she's existed in the Black Panther universe. She's a Black woman, jazz singer from New York. This is where the art comes in as an issue for me, because if you look at the other ways that Monica is drawn, from what I've seen, she looks Black. You know, her hairstyle and all of that looks Black. But in this one, she looks a bit ambiguous. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Then you go into the politics, which is, I'm gonna say, my favorite part of that issue is the politics and how you learn about what's going on in Wakanda and, you know, all of that. I thought that was done really well. I found that really, really interesting until we get to the part where he's fighting old boy and then he pulls his mask off and I'm like, who is this white baby? I don't understand how you would do that. Now, granted, Priest wrote for Black Panther, and I understand that, and I've heard that it's a great run, right? But I feel like Black Panther and Wakanda surpassed being able to take certain types of liberties with the story because of what happened culturally with Black Panther. That name, what it meant for Black futures, went past the comics. Like how influential Black Panther was for publishing in the book space, how influential it was in, you know, culturally, how we connect with one another, our community, all of that stuff. It doesn't, I felt like this was such an unnecessary risk to take. It's asking too much in our current political climate to trust the writer. And I just can't. Like, I'm shaking as I talk about it. I'm like, you're asking us to trust bringing this white boy in and do what with Wakanda? Like, Wakanda is special to the Black community outside of comics. Why do this? So, whew, that's how I feel.
You guys peep how I was just silent the whole time. I'm like, I'm gonna let her cook. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the best album of all. No, okay. So, all right. I understand the feelings and the emotion behind it. I agree with what you said about what the Black Panther movies did for publishing and Black media as a whole in general. I agree with what you said about the space that it occupies and how it can feel like an affront for that to be like too much of a risk to take. But what I also know is that us being comic fans or, comic consumers, we, even though we're the ones spending the money, they really aren't marketing towards us. Just like in the book industry, they aren't marketing towards avid readers. They're marketing towards the casuals. They want to grab people with that thing that's going to take you outside of what you think is the norm, because even the casual fans think they know everything without having read but so many comics. So while it was jarring to see, and I don't see a path forward with the revealed person at the end remaining in power or remaining as the king. I don't see that there being a clear path for that forward. I don't think it's likely to be something that's maintained. So one thing that Keisha didn't mention about the path of the story is it's giving you like flashbacks of time frames around an event. Okay. One of those time frames is showing this elder person who passes away, and they're with a younger person who's caped, okay? But she's also clearly Black, but also very light skinned. And the elder who passed, who she was referencing to, like coming to him in that way, is darker of skin, okay? And he's telling her the story of how everything happened, okay? And then with the you know how they have like the little letters and stories or whatever around the actual comic book itself that are in the comic, it's very much reading like it's supposed to be like a cautionary tale. You know how like the wise elder will tell you like, oh, if you knew your past, you wouldn't look at things this way, whatever type of thing, right? So, and another thing to consider too is it's a limited run. It's not something that it looks like is intended to be going past the 6 issues that they have touted for it. So I'm not concerned about it affecting any other upcoming Black Panther stories or Wakanda stories for that matter. Like in terms of continuity, I don't see that being a thing. It's a limited run. Priest is known for being a disruptor and like towing the lines of like what's acceptable, what's expected, and then intentionally like throwing us a curveball just for shock and awe. So the fact that they would do something this wild and crazy on the first issue of a limited run is not shocking to me. Is it egregious in the choice? 100%. But I'm also not like, I don't see this being, it's a limited run. I don't see it going, but so far, the way that they're doing the flashbacks and talking about different stuff, it's like for instance, one of the things that another thing that I did agree with was how the heck does Storm die in a race war? Okay. 100%. I agree. But to be fair, in our current Storm run, Good Sis has already died and came back to life within the first arc. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but those are from like supernatural things happening.
And we got 0 details about how she died in the race war.
But why just drop it like that? Come on, that's
the point. That's literally the point.
My
So
thing
you
is,
have her
go ahead.
being with Black Panther, okay? They're
Mm-hmm.
together
Mm-hmm.
and they're married. The ending that a lot of people have spoken out about wanting that to be the actual reality. And another thing that this book kind of shaded the hell out of T'Challa in terms of like making bad decisions that you so in the course of them telling the stories about everything, I from the voice of this elder who's giving this like warning to the younger generation or whatever, he
Mm-hmm.
makes the comment that Black Panther made a bad choice to get married to Storm,
Yeah.
but that he made an even worse choice to end up with this other woman.
Yeah.
And that he, when she passed, he like felt so strongly for her and about her that he made like statues, like a memoriam to her. And you see this other new beige woman feeling salty and literally voicing her like, oh well, um is your next wife gonna have to look at statues of me? And it has T'Challa looking real weak sauce, like, oh, I'll tear the statues down. So it's kind of funny, actually. Like it's very much not showing T'Challa in any type of positive light. But I think it's because there's going to be more commentary to other things that are going on. Like, even to the point of T'Challa feeling like, oh, Wakanda's going to get to this place where they're able to run themselves at some point. But for now, they still want to
Mm-hmm.
hold to tradition. So even though I'm old and really shouldn't be doing these like battles to the death to maintain control, I'm going to humor them. And another way that they subtly like put some respect on T'Challa's name is that it's not like this young whippersnapper just came up and mobbed on him. He was
Yeah.
gonna
He
die.
held his own.
He
Yeah.
went and rescued him, and then
Yeah.
it turned into a whole other thing. So I feel like this was a shock and awe to get people talking about the series, which clearly is working. I
Yeah.
feel like we got little bits and pieces of things that everybody would be in an uproar about because it leaves room for there to be like we have no idea what's happening next issue. None whatsoever. You can guess at what you think might happen, just like
Yeah.
you can guess
There's
at how
no.
you think Storm died, because
Yeah.
literally everything is just like, oh, we're referencing this time frame around this event, but
Yeah.
you have no idea. So like, I agree with the reasons why you're upset about it, but I'm also very much like not feeling like anything is permanent about what we've learned from this first issue or set in stone. So I'm just waiting to see.
So I hear you say, let them cook.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is that requires trust,
It really
right?
doesn't.
It does. I'm sorry. Like when I read,
The
I'm
thing
not
is, I
just
don't expect
reading.
him to fix everything with this. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a limited run for a reason.
No, no,
Somebody
I
would
understand that.
put in some respect on Priest's name just off the strength of what they've written in the past. Is like they could have been like, oh, we're gonna let him cook for 20 issues. When you like already have that type of numbers on your belt in the past, it's nothing for
Mm-hmm.
them to give you however long a run that you want. But the fact that we know it's capped at 6 is
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, I don't expect it to be resolved in a way that feels true to the characters, because otherwise they would have let him have longer run. It would have been a totally different thing. I really think this is a shock and awe, and I'm holding it in that space.
Well, then that's not something I think I could continue with.
That's fair.
Because like when I'm reading, I'm always trying to consider how it impacts. And I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying this at all.
Oh,
How
you
it
definitely
impact
approach it in a different way. I can acknowledge
Yeah,
that
yeah.
easily. Yeah.
Like how it impacts the Black community, whether it's in representation, what have you. And all I saw was space for negativity. All I saw was space for people to question this major cultural influence that we have in the Black community. And once again, I understand that he has the writing skills. I understand that he is a force to be reckoned with in the comic book community. This is just a major ask. And I understand you saying,
I feel like
like,
people felt the same way about Dr. Ewing's approach to the
to
same
Monica,
space. Yeah.
in a way, but I feel like she paid homage to that character and what, that character's history, and she was able to make it her own while still.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying, arguably.
I'm just saying,
people
I'm
could
just
look
saying,
at it
like,
the same way. Because, like, what the issue here is that it's like Wakanda represents, it's a whole thing now. Like, even outside of comics, like people who have never read a comic respect that community and what it means. You know what I mean? Or it has become its own community because it's not a real place. But if you are a casual and you came across something like that, it's like they don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? They don't know anything about these other side characters that they're throwing together. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's like, with the time jumps and everything, it's like, oh, this could be literally about anything. But it's outside of the norm, and it's outside of what feels right or true to Wakanda, especially as a Black person. And I think that we, like, realistically, that was a turning point for us because with the movies, because it was just a mutual understanding of everybody of like, oh, this is what it means now. But realistically, it wasn't like that before. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
If you're looking at the comics, it wasn't like that before. So this is like taking it all the way left because we typically don't see any white people in Wakanda at all. But yeah, like I said, I understand your feelings and I agree with them. I just also am like, I feel like this is very much a shock and awe situation, and it could literally go any number of ways because the way that they did the time jumps, it's like, what is what point of view or what perspective are they telling this story from? Like, what else has transpired where we're looking at these mixed looking people and they're telling this as a cautionary tale? So like, if it was like, oh, we're telling this like, oh, this is the new Wakanda, isn't it beautiful because it's white people, it's like, no, everything about the way this was written is giving cautionary tale.
So I was also told to check out the cover for issue 3, and if you guys can see, this is the cover for issue 3.
I mean, even look at the cover for issue 2, the description for issue 2, it's in the back as well. The description for issue 2 is saying we're pretty much going to get more background about what was going on with T'Challa before he was killed in that. And if you look at it, it's so it's like the fact that you get that shock at the end of the first issue is like, I feel like it's just that. We don't know what lens the rest of it's going through. So I have to see. I understand if you don't want to support it. However, I thought I was going into it blind until everybody and their grandmother dropped spoilers online. But all I know is they cooked with these covers.
At this point,
so I pre-ordered. Am I like, what the fuck was this story? 100%. But I'm definitely going to ride this thing out and see where it goes. So it's okay if you don't, because I'm a report back.
I'm gonna read the second issue. I'm not someone who, hate reads all the time, but looking at what Dwayne wrote, he said, I feel Priest is gonna show us why a white Black Panther is never gonna work out. White. Yeah. I appreciate. Yeah. Honestly, I would be here for that.
Yeah.
I just think I got hit with whiplash, and I don't think I can read this month to month. If that's
that's fair.
I mean, like, sitting and like they knew that this was going to be a feeling, because even in the back matter they were like, yeah, so if you're struggling with this, you can read it over, you can read Priest's old stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna read shit until this is all done. Because I can't sit with this feeling. I was
And
sick
that's
turning the
really the most
pages.
unfortunate part about it, because at the end of the day, regardless of the reasoning, what most people will see is less Black Panther sales.
Yep.
So it's like there should have been a more thoughtful approach to it. But I get it with the shock and awe, but it's like now you're drawing negative conversation and negative attention, and you're likely going to negatively impact the sales on it until. But I mean, there's also something to be said about like what you said about people hate reading or people picking it up just so they can talk smack about it, because we've seen a lot of like people who are in the nerd space but don't typically read comics just latching on to what everybody else is saying and talking about it even more. So
bad news is still good news.
okay, Lady Mandalore said, the problem I have with the storyline and giving Marvel as a publisher our trust with this is that they have a history of taking bits and pieces from other universes and putting them in main continuity. I could see that. I don't see it being something that would like be sustainable or marketable in future runs, because like you got a lot of casuals. Like I said, they're trying to appeal to casuals, and shock and awe is how you get people to talk about it again. Because if we're being real, we're like removed from the last Wakanda Forever movie and we're on to other properties. So it's like, you'll notice those cycles of like, oh, let's bring back some attention to this character, or let's test how this works with people before this next thing comes out, or before we put it in this next thing rather. So I feel that we definitely don't want to see a white king of Wakanda in any other properties. I don't think that it's something that they intend to sustain, probably even within this run. I think the way that it's set up, it was more flashbacks than anything else. And it's all centered around this event. And I'm curious to see how that plays off. And it will probably be tied to that event and how that impacts other things. But I don't see this being something that this current reality at the end of this issue being something that continues in other runs.
I don't know. You're gonna have to message me and let me know what happened.
I got you. Say less. Dwayne said hate reading is a thing these days and scary and sad. Agree.
It is.
It's like
it is
having a beautiful Black love story with all of the things we love to see about Wakanda would probably not sell as well as the like drama and the clickbait producing shock and awe that we got in this issue.
Yeah. I mean, once again, it was successful. People are talking about it. I mean, in that marketing way. But I think culturally, it just
it left a bad taste for sure. But this is, we talked about this before too, though. Like,
hey, Brian.
Why aren't we letting more of us write our stories? And I love that. One thing that I did like about all of the shock and awe that this generated was the overwhelming amount of Black people saying this is why we need our own stories, so they can't disrespect us or play in our face or mess with what these characters and these worlds that have been
but
built
it was written by a Black man, so like that is
what I'm saying is they were talking around the fact that Marvel will allow literally anybody to play in these stories. There's no like ownership for us. So the conversation was, this is why we need to support and promote our stories that are controlled by us, because then they tell the stories and show the
Our
representation that we
experiences.
want to see. Yeah.
Yep.
What's up? We got
Yep.
people popping in.
Right.
Hey,
Hey, Brian, how
Brian.
you doing?
What up, Rachel?
Rachel.
Oh, shoot. Somebody said, hey, Sheena, did we miss them?
That's Wong. Yeah, Wong was in here earlier.
But we
Wong was the
didn't say hey
first
to Sheena.
person.
I said hey to Wong. I said Sheena. We missed
Oh,
when
okay.
he popped in. What up, y'all? Yeah, I think we were gabbing at that point. Okay, Dwayne said, also, I know a lot of people roll with Black Panther, but they really don't support the comics. Big facts.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what
we
I'm
were
saying.
saying. Yeah, the
Yeah.
cultural aspect of
Casuals.
it. It's
Casuals versus people who actually rock with comics. They're like,
yeah.
they're not really marketing towards us because they know we're gonna buy
Yeah.
we're gonna buy certain things anyway. They're trying to get the new sales or the people who don't buy comics to be like, oh, let me go pick that up or let me buy it digitally. That's the thing.
But I doubt that's gonna happen now. I think, I think the numbers are gonna drop in that second issue.
Agree. This next issue, yeah, like I don't see it getting too many second printings or whatever. It might. Lady Mandalore says it might not sell, but could we find out just once? Yeah, I'm like, I think that. So what you were saying about the timing after the movies really resonated with me as well, because I feel like coming off of the heels of Black Panther and Wakanda Forever and then ending Ta-Nehisi Coates' run and then getting
and Sinners
that
like
well, no, I'm saying getting that whacktaculous run of Black Panther that
the Ridley
Dr.
run
Ewing had to like salvage, because that's one thing that I felt was like really poor timing too. Like they could have let Dr. Evil Ewing cook with a brand new Black Panther run, and then she would have had free reign to do whatever. And the way that she paid homage to Monica Rambeau, I just know that would have been a chef's kiss run. But they literally handed her the leftovers. Okay. After people were already pissed about the direction that run was going,
and said make a 5-star meal.
Yeah.
With the trash.
She still did her thing, but we all know that it would have been more top tier if she had been able to start from scratch with that and just went based off of, the backlog of canon instead of having to deal with what he had already done with that story. So like it's the same type of thing. The fact that we come off the heels of Ryan Coogler absolutely cooking with Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, and then went back to somebody who's not like us writing that story is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like that's another issue of timing and whatever. They could have rode the wave of that and got a lot more people into comics, but instead they let it be we have wiggle room and we hate to see y'all really doing popping off in terms of numbers, so let's just bring it back down to size here, like how we've been doing,
because they don't want Black Panther to be one of the bigger ones.
That's definitely how it comes across. It's definitely how it comes across, because like I said, to me, I'm like, let the machine do what it does, because off the backs of those successful movies, you could have really converted a lot of people.
Could have been amazing. And they slowly started it with World of Wakanda and all of that, and just we didn't get everything we could have gotten from it. But I also have my issues with Marvel and why I know like they sabotage intentionally.
We know, Keisha, we know.
Let me put my conspiracy hat on real quick.
Love that. A hat on a hat on a hat. Love that.
Right.
Period. Okay, so I will say yes, it's shaky, guys. It's iffy out here in these Wakandan streets right now. But I will persist because I'm interested to see where things go. Like I said, before knowing what the plan was, all I seen was these fire covers and was like, oh, we're getting a blackety black book, and pre-ordered. So your girl copped the more fire
cute
variants.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
we love
cute.
the David Mack cover.
Unfortunately, it's a lie, but
It's not a lie because they were married at one point.
I'm sorry. I like.
You are so salty right now. It's crazy.
I am. Because you don't understand, like, the emotion that the hatred, the shock, the frustration. I with every single page turn, I just was.
You are definitely not alone in those feelings. I just also know that the way that stories typically go, Marvel stories specifically, it's likely not going to stick. And I've been saying this about the absolute Green Lantern run too. Like sometimes you gotta sit with the build up, or you gotta sit with the, you know what I mean? So I'm going to reserve all of that for my final review once we get to the end of the run.
Okay.
I know for a fact I'm going to at least give it the first 3 issues before I start getting reckless talking about it. That's where I'm at.
I will refrain from reading for the next 3 issues.
That's fair.
I'm gonna read them all at once
midway to let you know the gist.
Yep, because yeah, this is.
Rachel said it's not even a conspiracy, just facts.
It is.
Dwayne says they definitely do sabotage 100%. And he also said the salt is real. Facts. Yep. But Keisha's allowed to be salty. There's lots of big emotions when you actually read it. Like, we know that we just said all of these things, but you know, we're gonna say this every time. We encourage you to read it for yourselves. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I will say that
because you may catch something that neither of us caught when we were reading it. I don't know how likely that is, but you may. And we'd love to hear from you if you do, because we want, you know, we like to think that our community is full of lovers and thinkers. So you're gonna read, you're gonna figure it out for yourself, and then when you come back, we'll kiki and talk shit, and then move on to the next thing, because that's just how we vibe. What up, Cali Comics?
Hey, Cali Comics, how you doing?
We're talking about the world to come. Keisha salty, I'm on the fence and giving it a couple of issues and showing off my variants. So this is another one that I got. Y'all knew I was gonna cop a storm cover anytime. Yeah. So it's giving monument to Storm, because that's all we see of her in the book. So just so you guys know, don't let the variant covers fool you. Storm is not in this book in the first issue, except as a monument to her after she passed away. Just
catfishing.
Saying.
I'm sorry. I really want to, like, can we like DM him and be like,
cover fishing? You want to DM Priest?
Be like race war?
Oh, I feel like it could make for something some really interesting shenanigans if we get any glimpse into what that means. It could very well make for another limited run specifically about what Storm went through. You know what I'm saying? It could be any number of things, but we don't know because we're only 1 issue in. It's very much a contrast, though, I will say, because I read the most recent issue of Storm and was like, one of these things.
I loved it. I love that issue.
No, I loved it too.
Issue
That's
number
what I'm
9.
saying.
Yeah.
You're not listening to me. You are so
okay.
Take a couple deep breaths, Keisha.
I
breathe with me, everyone. In. Okay. I literally just said one of these things is not like the other, as in the most recent Storm issue is fire.
Yeah.
And it's showing the extent of her power and her abilities and what that means for other thunder and storm gods and everything else. So when I tell you it's night and day Storm experience, 100%.
Yeah.
But I definitely did get the version of this.
Oh, hold on. We're doing pulls now.
We're talking about this book, so I'm showing this book.
Okay. Like, did I miss it? Do I play the video?
I'm just showing this book because that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I got the Storm centric covers, and felt a way that the book was not Storm centric. But, you know,
Yeah. I
Dwayne
think
said
that was
race
something.
war was wild. 100%
Yeah.
agree. And I think it was intentionally just like, we're just going to say this one line because we know that it's going to have everybody like, how does that even make sense? Like, literally, you can't even just base it off of this most recent, like, Marewa run of Storm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even, like, well before that, before they even started putting respect on Storm's name, nothing about a race war seems like it would take her out.
Nothing.
There has to be some other something going on, some other machinations that caused that to occur. Because
But it was a disrespectful choice to phrase it that way. I know it was done. I know the reasons why it was done. I hear you, but it to just
it
drop
also
it
says
like that
race
and walk
war,
away.
and it's like, are we talking race or like mutant human race? It could literally mean anything. That's why it's like, I understand you feeling away. Trust me, I did too, because Storm is my girl.
But to leave it so open-ended with a white, like, I understand it was done intentionally, but like leave it so open-ended with the ending that issue 1 had. There was no like, to leave it for that type of interpretation was a wild choice to do in 2025.
Literally the point of any type of cliffhanger. The job of
I don't
someone
like
writing a
cliffhangers
comic,
anyway.
y'all, the way that Keisha is just really not able to escape the vitriol that she will. No, I can't even. That's
But
not
this
even the
was
right word.
this is a risk that he took with this, right? He knew that there are
Yes, but
people who are
that's
going to
literally
understand
the
like
point.
you. There are
That's
people who are going to
literally
understand
the
like you,
point.
and there's going to be people like me who is like, absolutely not. I can't right now, and walk away from it. And that's fine. We could. I'm gonna live vicariously. I'm not gonna live vicariously through you, but I'm going to listen. I'm gonna listen. I'll listen to you.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Afterwards.
I think that was the point, leaving it like that, especially in T 2025. Like that, I don't know what the T is. Maybe I misread that. But Rachel said, get everybody mad.
Yeah, but there needs to, I think this is, I get it. It's just something I cannot read issue to issue. I need to figure out where this is going so that I can process these feelings effectively, efficiently. I can't sit with this for a month, 6 months. I can't sit with this feeling. And no. Can't sit with this for 6 months. I love y'all. Y'all who could do that. I love y'all, and I'm supportive from a distance. Just not now.
Okay, well, we're gonna let you stay mad. I will be coming with the updates as I continue the run, the very limited run, so we can figure it out. On the other side of that, guys, we got our pulls. So we can share with y'all the other things that we picked up this week. The pool is with hot Havoc and the Variant Vixen.
All right.
That makes me happy every time.
Oh, dang it. Okay. So which one of us is going first?
Oh, I assumed you was going first.
Oh, okay. I actually have,
everything.
because I clicked on the scenes and I clicked on just Brie, and apparently I came up. Oh, I remember how I gotta fix that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So I have quite a bit of stack because I went 3 weeks not going to my comic book shop. And yeah. So let's do this. Yes, the world to come.
The way she just threw that is crazy. Wait, I love this. Dwayne said, I just love that there is 2 points of view. 100%. We don't mind meld over here. We respectfully agree to disagree.
And we
Well,
gonna
yap,
keep it
yap, yap, yap,
pushing.
yap, and then kiki about the next thing later because that's just how we roll. We have the utmost respect for each other's experience and opinions. Period.
Facts. Okay. Next up, Zatanna. I'm still enjoying this one.
Which issue is that?
This is issue number 4.
Period. Okay.
Yeah. This is a beautiful cover.
That? Yeah, I was gonna say.
So this is a Lady White.
What's happening in that run?
Huh?
Give us the gist of what's happening in that run.
So Zatanna is trapped in this like movie theater, but like this astral dimension plane of the movie theater now, and she is being the villains or the antagonists in this are these two. They're working together. It's been a minute since I read it, but
that's fair.
Zatanna is really like, she's doing really well. I'm enjoying the story a lot. Jamal Campbell has actually opened up this character for me because I didn't really read Zatanna. I know of her. Like I saw her in Justice League in the cartoons and stuff, but like this is my first run that I'm reading. And yeah, this is good. Like actually I like seeing her in other stuff, like in Fire and Ice, she's in that one too. So like yeah, this is like a new character for me that I'm enjoying.
So, we love to see it. Yeah. Oh, and Dwayne said the art is fire too. We expect nothing less than Jamal Campbell.
It's Jamal Campbell. It's Jamal Campbell. It's great. All right, next up,
I love that you're enjoying it because I'm definitely gonna get the trade when it drops.
Yeah. It's worth it. You Never Heard of Me. This is the one where he gets his grandma's powers and skips over to the dad, and everyone he bumps into, he sees like the best and worst times of their life, and he's trying to save this kid here in this red shirt. He's trying to save him because in this bumping into them, he sees a funeral, and he's like, okay, well, I'm trying to change that future. So far it's cool. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but I'm interested in seeing how these powers, you know, develop, and if he's able to change the future based off of, you know, helping this kid. So just invested in the characters. I think that's what's keeping me in.
Okay.
My favorite read of the week.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Hands down.
Okay, talk to me.
Was absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so in this run, we have Michael. He is severely depressed. His wife and his son or his baby just died, right? Or they died recently, and he's been severely depressed. This is a man who had a big company. He sold it to this other company called Athena something. And Athena now has set up shop in this black neighborhood and has been like destroying the environment, where now people are getting sick and there's nobody to really stop it. It's very similar to what's happening currently in Memphis with Elon Musk and those the data center that's happening, like very, very similar. So Mr. Terrific, his friend tells him, hey, yo, you need to like fix this. Yeah, you're going through something, but you need to like fix this now. We need your help. And he finally ends up trying to help, but something happens at the very end that really sets him off. And so now I'm really interested in seeing him like fix this issue that he created, but also you have, you know, this white woman-led company also just messing everything up. So my favorite, I ain't gonna hold you, the artwork is cool. It's not my favorite. It has really heavy line work in it, but like it's doing the job. I think I was shocked because in the beginning you see the artwork like this, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then it immediately changes. So yeah, but the story is really, really good. I'm excited for this run. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Callie
And
Comic
that's,
says, has anyone ever done a Zatanna story that reads backwards so all her spells read normally?
yes, that's what's happening in this one. So I read everything backwards now. Like it's a fun little exercise to read her spells backwards. Yeah, and it happens in Fire and Ice. So next up we have Storm number 9. This
Period.
was great. This is a great issue. And as always, we have the Thirst Trap splash page at the
Yes.
last page.
I don't know if they heard us or what.
That very last page is like, it's like every single man has that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That come get me.
Period. There's
So
it's like a rule in this current Storm run that there has to be some fine man.
right.
Because even the
So
way
yeah.
they depicted Black Panther, and I think what was that, issue 8? I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Period.
Really enjoying. Like Storm is just she's getting everything, and I love that
Yes.
for her.
Also, the power suit when she has to go to court with the alien, I was like,
Yeah.
she had that shit on as per usual. So
Her hair is gorgeous the entire issue. Like
somebody was like, let me make sure that Sis's braids are braiding.
Ombre knotless going from
Crazy
white
work.
to gray.
Crazy work in the best way.
Beautiful. Yes.
100%.
So yeah, that was a great issue. Bronze Faces number 3.
No spoilers.
Okay. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Gotta pull it back. I enjoyed this one very much so. We can talk about it next week when you read it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed
Sorry,
this
that was
one.
aggressive. I'm really loving that story, so I don't want spoilers.
Yeah. No. It's really, really good. I need more people to be reading Bronze Faces.
Yes.
Like,
if you haven't already, run and go cop that.
Right. Okay. Next up, Fire and Ice number 2. They end up switching powers, and then they had a monkey's paw, and then they switched bodies. It's really weird. And it's such a weird, very weird comic, but I'm having fun because now this Freaky Friday situation is happening to everyone in town. And so everybody is just a hot mess. So this is my light, fun, cute read that everybody is just being silly in. And yeah, having a blast with it. And like I said, Zatanna shows up in here. Actually, they use some of Zatanna's artifacts to like end up in the situation they're in. So yeah, enjoying that.
Period.
I had to fill some holes with my Absolute Wonder Woman. So I haven't read past issue 3 yet. So we'll see. But I was enjoying issues 1 through 3. Those were really good. Nice. I picked up Doom's Division. This is one that I'm waiting to read at once.
Yeah.
And I forget why. But collecting for now, not reading just yet. I am solely collecting Monkey Meat. I think I'm going to read all of them at once when I get the last issue. There's like one more issue, and then I'll read them all together because I think they're all like shorts. And with comic shorts, I feel like I got to be in the mood for that. You know, just like sitting through all of that.
Very short.
Yeah. I continue to collect the Power Fantasy, even though I haven't been reading this second arc. And I think it's solely because it got nominated for an Eisner. So I was like, let's keep it on the list.
I'm waiting for a trade.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the trade when it comes out. Doom Academy. I've been enjoying this one. Yeah, I've been enjoying this one. It's cute. It's fun. It's interesting. It's giving a different perspective of the Doom event. And, you know, that's my second husband. So that's all I got for that one. Bitterroot. I have these two. My LCS isn't collect. They are not getting all the variants, so I'm a little bummed out about that.
Mm.
Um, but this is what I have so far. Maybe I might try to collect the other variants. I don't know if I have the energy to do that. I feel
That's
like
fair.
you are a special breed to be able to like hunt all this down, and I'm like, let me stick to my cover A's and trade paperbacks.
The hunt is still on low key, so I feel that.
But I'm enjoying Bitterroot so far. I like the second issue. Mariah is my favorite character so far. What else? See, I got so much. We have new champions, which loving so far. If you guys haven't read it, please read New Champions. It has been great. Um, I have Farmhand. They finally brought in my Farmhand, so I have issue 21 and 22. I have not read these yet because I still haven't finished volume 4 for
Okay.
Farmhand. But I love the first 3 volumes. It is hilarious. It is kind of dark. It is that horror comedy that not everybody messes with, but I find very entertaining. So horror comedy is something that is right up my alley. So
Nice.
once I finish volume 4, I'm gonna get right into these.
Period.
We have Secret Six, which
Mm.
I'm loving. A bunch of people that hate each other coming together to hunt down Waller. So I'm loving
That's
that
solid.
one. Right? And then Absolute Green Lantern.
Nothing else to say about that on that. That's too funny.
On that, yeah, we're gonna move on because I want to read it, but I have to refrain from giving any feelings about it because I was in my feelings. But I finally got my hands on a copy
Yay.
of We All Got Something. I love
Period.
Lawrence Lindell. If he does not have a fan, I have been unalived somehow. This is my guy, so I have the highest expectations for We All Got Something.
Nice.
And then apparently I pre-ordered this book. It's a manga, Vinland Saga. This
Now
I
you
do
showed
not
it for 2
remember.
seconds when I was trying to look at it.
So here's the thing, it has indigenous folks on it, right? But
Yeah.
this is chapter 14. And this is a manga, and I'm like, I don't remember pre-ordering this in the slightest. And this is what I get for pre-ordering 3 months early.
Maybe you didn't catch that it was and you just were like, oh, indigenous book. That doesn't sound like you, but that's
yeah,
all I
it
can think
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. But like, okay, it's here. Maybe I might read it. Oh,
That's
LT's.
crazy. LT said, I'm late, internet issues, but Keisha's response to Priest Black Panther issue reminds me of how I felt about Queen and Slim. To have those characters lose in the midst of the Black Lives Matter movement feel like betrayal.
Yep.
Ugh. The way that I love that movie down. First of all, we got a new Lauryn Hill banger on that soundtrack that like literally makes me cry every time I listen to it. But that movie was fire. I felt you out the way that I called Oh Boy everything but a child of God for being a snitch. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel you, LT. That puts it in perspective. If you felt it like that, I understand. I didn't allow myself to get to that point because I was like, with Queen and Slim, it's like, okay, that's the end of the movie. That's it. That's all. With this, I'm like, I gotta leave space for what it might be before I allow myself to get that upset about it. Fair.
Let me see. Oh, come on. Okay. There we go. Look at that.
All right, we have very little time,
Let's
so
go.
I'm gonna rapid fire. All right. So y'all know I'm collecting Storm. So we got issue, what is this? 9? Yeah, issue 9. This is the A cover. And of course, we copped all of the variants. That's a gorgeous one.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But my fave, come on. What are we talking about?
Okay. That bitch.
Bad bitch. That ratio variant went crazy.
Yeah.
Never seen her looking like that. Like,
yeah.
You know, they put a little extra
That's
flavor on that.
Yeah.
That got Lowry. That
I
got
love how
Lowry's
she's
or
like
Tony Sasharan's in it.
She's looking down, like commoners.
Right.
Loving that.
Period. Okay, and then we also got giant size X-Men. I got the Storm variant. This was actually interesting. It's like this character after, if you read the X-Men Hunt run or little event or whatever, Storm like helped pretty much Xavier escape from reaping the repercussions of his actions. And then we see him here and he's like trying to find this other powerful alien source at the end. Well, I don't care so much about this issue, but the peek into the next issue, he's trying to find this other powerful alien source, and she has like stronger what is it? Is that considered telepathy or whatever? His ability to read minds. She's strong, has stronger powers than him, and he like approaches her like mad casual, and she flips the script on him. So I'm excited for what's coming next with this.
Okay.
I did get the New Gods issue 6 because I knew I wanted this issue, but I do have to still get the trade so that I can read and know what's happening up to now. Because Riot fam let me know I couldn't just hop in on this issue, but look how cool it is.
Yeah.
And it's by the same artist who did The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. And you guys
right
that I should go ahead and rock with this, even though I didn't really give a shit about this run prior to that. But so yeah, got that. I got the DC Pride 2025. This was the
I
magazine.
knew I forgot something. That is a cute
I got
cover.
the magazine variant. I got Imperial issue 1. Of course, I got the Peach Momoko variant. Y'all know I love Peach Momoko.
Oh, no, because you just reminded me. To keep going back to Black Panther, but I think that's why I'm like, I'm gonna take a break. I might be taking a break from this one with Priest because Imperial Black Panther is coming out in July, and that one's being written by Victor Laval.
Yeah, and I mean that doesn't make me have to take a break. That means I'm buying both books.
Oh yeah.
And that one looked really cool too. So I completely understand, and I know you love Victor Laval down.
Yes.
Okay, I got Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. I wanted the ratio variant because it's got all of the ultimate versions of the homies on it. In your boo.
Yeah.
And then I'm collecting all of the Bitterroot Next Movement variants. So Bitterroot issue 1, second printing.
You got a second See, I will never be able to you are like goals for collecting. That's adorable.
The issue 3 ratio. Where's Lady Mandalore at? I know she loves those little guys, the little creatures.
That is adorable.
And I know you got this I know you got this variant.
And
then the like A cover as well. Haven't read that one yet, so I can't speak to issue 3. I'm not collecting all of the single issues of Absolute Wonder Woman, but you can't give me a Sanford Green Wonder Woman variant and I not pick it up. So I'm waiting for the trade for this run, but I wasn't gonna pass up a pink Sanford Green variant. Look at how swagged out she looks.
It's gorgeous.
Come on, somebody.
Gorgeous.
Okay, and then collecting all of the variants of bronze faces.
You see, I was expecting, you know how the variant for issue 1
Was
had
like
that
super
pink
colorful. And,
Yeah.
I was too.
I wish they continued that for their variants.
Agreed. And then I got the Dooms Division issue 3 Peach Momoko variant. I've been getting all the Peach Momoko variants for this series. Now I have issue 3, so I can read this and see if I want to continue collecting. The Moon is Following Us, issue 10. Y'all know this is my run. Lady Mandalore said I was downloading something and couldn't type. Squee! She loves the little creatures on in Bitterroot.
They are adorable.
Absolutely adorable. Batgirl, Cassandra Cain, issue 8.
Oh, you still collecting that one? Okay.
Yes, we are. Period. And then Absolute Green Lantern, all in issue 3. Y'all know I had to get the Juliet NECA variant. It was a must.
Okay.
I have other variants for that coming as well. This is a Titan Comics book that I'm not collecting. This was strictly a cover buy.
Wow.
I have no idea what it's about, but I just really liked it, so we got that.
Yeah.
And then we got the DC Pride to the Farthest Reaches hardcover. And the stories in this are so cute off flip. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Get my Pride celebration kicked off the right way. And it's got a little bit. There is a story in here. One of the contributing creators is Vita Ayala, and it's Nubia and Sojourner are together. Yes.
Let me go get this.
Actually, don't make me lie. I can't remember if that was. I flipped through both of these. Let me make sure, because I can't remember.
I'm gonna get both of them. Don't worry, because I forgot to put it on my poll list, and that's on me. Bad queer woman. But like, I gotta go back to the comic book shop.
The DC Pride 2025 is the one that has the story where Sojourner and Nubia are together, and it's cutesy wootsy.
All right, well, I gotta go into the city tomorrow anyway, so I'm gonna stop at the comic book shop and get that.
Yeah, it is this one. Cute.
Yeah.
And
I love that they're sticking to DC Pride, because a lot of people's Pride, I don't know if you've seen like all the Pride collections that are out this week. They are trash.
I got that one, and I also have another one that's a box set of like the previous DC Pride hardcovers all together. It is the most rainbow gorgeous thing I've ever seen, and I can't wait to pick my copy up.
Please, can you send me the link for that?
Of course. But yeah, it's got 3 of the DC Pride hardcovers in this cute little box set, and all of them have like the DC Pride rainbow spines, and the box is like all rainbow-fied too. So it's very, very much dopamine decor vibes. Okay, one thing that I want to talk about before we go is, so last time we didn't really get to talk about, actually, whatever time we shared about this, I think we had guests or something, so we didn't really talk about it. But Uncanny X-Men issue 14. We copped off the strength of the cover for obvious reasons. Yes. But we were talking about Sinners vibes. Yeah. So this Uncanny X-Men is like kind of hopping all over the place with like little stories, but one of the little stories that we're getting like bits and pieces of is like a back in the Sinners like time frame story, and this particular woman like transforms and gives us her name is it Harriet or Henrietta? Yeah, Lady Henrietta, which is such a vibe to me because that was my grandmother's name. somebody.
Aww.
But yeah, I don't know if I want to give the spoilers, but like part of the team up in there is there's like dragons in here and all types. It's like all of the different stories, but there's like a society of mutants or people with abilities back in the time frame. So like it would have been same time as Sinners. And it's just interesting to see. And it's black as hell. So I'm like, I copped this issue off the strength of the cover because this is where she's featured. But this issue is the second in like a small little like separate story that they're doing for her and that society. And it's the second one. So I'm like, okay, now I got to go get issue 13. And then I know I have to get 15 and 16 so that I can get the rest of the story. Dwayne
Right, so
says
that's
she
the
is
trade
vibes
that I
and
gotta
has
get.
aura all over the place. Facts. Literally, the issue ends because you guys have actually been down. I want to show you guys what she looks like transformed so bad, but
No,
this is
no,
the
no, no.
end of
Keep
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna share it, but this is like the same vibes as the cover. But she's like, they're at the end. They're like, wait, who is that? And she's like, Lady Henrietta, bitch.
She is stunning.
Right?
Yeah, I'm loving that. Okay, that's a trade I'm gonna have to pick up.
Yeah. So I'm like, I had to cop for the cover, and now I'm like, okay, now we got to run it back. And it's crazy because I looked and I was like, I had bought quite a few other Uncanny X-Men issues because of Peach Momoko was doing a bunch of those covers. Right? I'm in love with her too, Dwayne. I'm literally like, let me run it back so that I can make sure that I get the rest of this like story within a story, because there's literally like 3 or 4 stories happening within Uncanny X-Men at the same time. So she only really had a couple of pages to like build up to that transformation because we're getting all these other people's stories. But yeah, crazy work. Absolutely crazy work.
Okay. I gotta get that.
Facts.
Right.
And one more time, I guess I'm just gonna be ranting about Marvel Unlimited until they give me a free subscription or something, because with this, so this issue came with the little code so that I could have the digital version in Marvel Unlimited. And when I realized in reading it that I needed issue 13 to get the beginning of that whole little story about the secret society or whatever, I was like, oh, it's already been a little time. It should be on the app. It is not. When you go to the continuity of this run, Marvel Unlimited has up to issue 10. And I don't know if that's because some of those are issues that I bought before, or if that's just where it stops. But there's no way for me to tell that through the app. And then there's nothing there. And it doesn't even give you the option to like buy it digitally on the app. It just says
I was
you're
just
all
about
caught
to
up.
say that. I was just about to say that. You gotta wait 3 months.
You do. And I'm like, what is the point? And then, so my only option is to either wait till I can go in store to buy issue 13, or to buy it on Comixology, like through Amazon. And the way that they have that set up is mad weird. So you can't buy it through like your Amazon app. You have to buy it on the site and then send it to your Kindle app, or your Kindle if you have a Kindle. And the way that I was so irritated with that process and just was like, fuck it, and just read this one instead of waiting to read the one that comes before it, because I was like, I need to know what she's talking about. So this is yet another week of Brianna being very upset about how garbage Marvel Unlimited has things set up and how they don't care about fans.
I don't know. I think you may need to come to the DC side.
I refuse.
Just saying.
Refuse.
She's like, bitch, please.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I am going to complain about, because I feel like It'd be one thing if you could tell me, like, yeah, the DC Go app is like way better. It does this.
Oh,
I
I
feel
didn't
like
say that. I'm just saying as
I know.
DC
That's why
fan
I'm
as a
like,
whole.
that won't be the reason why I betrayed Marvel. That definitely won't be it. And I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to remind everybody. Thank you, Rachel. To remind everybody in the chat to, if you haven't already, I wouldn't dare. This is my time in the show where I remind everybody, if you haven't already, go to your Disney Plus app, search Ironheart, because for whatever reason they're not having it as like the main thing when you open the app.
Yeah.
Go
Once
watch
again,
the
they're
trailer.
sabotaging things.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you guys right now. This is me doing my due diligence. Go to the Disney Plus app, search Ironheart under the Marvel tab, watch the trailer, and click the little plus button. So that way it's already added to your list of things to watch. And that does show and express your interest in terms of the potential to watch it before it even drops. And set your little calendar reminder so that even if you don't have time to actually sit and watch it, you're streaming it in the background somewhere so we can get those drop day streams. So that Ironheart doesn't flop like they're working desperately to make it flop. Because any other thing, when you go to the Disney app with a couple weeks to spare, it's literally like the first thing that you see as soon as you open the app, it's like, haha, look what's coming out. No, you can't watch it yet, but here's the trailer. We're gonna like make you look at some of the media about it before it comes out. I had to search for Ironheart to find it, which is crazy.
They do
as soon
this
as they
with
drop the trailer,
everything.
that
They
should be
want.
one of the top things you see, and you don't.
Nope. That's just like that. What is that movie? It's the one with Jabuki White. Like, it is so good too. It's a Disney Pixar movie. It's Disney's first queer lead. Like, it's not something that's gay coded or anything like that. Like, first queer lead. And the movie, the animation is so good. The movie is so good. And Disney buried it. Like, buried it. But everybody found it and it became like this big hit on Disney Plus during the winter break that it came out. No, not Ilio. Ilio is this year. This movie is like Surface something. I gotta look for the title. But yeah, like Strange World.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was cute.
It was so good, but Disney buried it. They didn't market it or anything like that.
It felt the way that it didn't even occur to me when you mentioned it. And I literally went and saw that in theaters with Christopher. We got like the D-box seats and everything. And it was very much like it kind of fell flat a little bit. But the story was cute. The representation was well done and realistic. And the setup of the world was like there was something beautiful to look at everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, I feel you on that.
So yeah, Disney, they have a habit of burying things that they don't believe will do well, and it is our responsibility to make sure that they know that these Black stories exist. And we want them. So yeah.
You know what was also messed up about that? That was like, okay, first actual like queer lead, but also like all family of color.
Yeah.
In an animated movie where no one turns into an animal at some point.
Yes.
It's like, that's crazy.
Yes. It was
so yeah.
I enjoyed that movie so much, but like they Disney gone Disney.
Facts.
Disney gone Disney.
Save Ironheart.
Right.
Oh,
she did show up at DreamCon.
Yes, Dominique Thorne did show up at DreamCon. So like I feel like she's doing her work as like a leading lady trying to like make sure people know what's up, whether Disney's doing it or not. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So yeah.
And she knows that we're gonna show up for her. She knows
100%.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need everybody to cut up for that like we did for Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, because come on, pull up like you did for, show up for Ryan Coogler like you showed up for Sinners. Okay, if you already got the sub, it's free to you. Basically, girl math, it's free if you've already were subscribed. And even if you
Yep.
aren't subscribed, use your free week subscription to run it up and then cancel it if you have to. But yeah, get those streams. Period.
Oh, also another show that I only just heard that they brought back. I don't know if anyone else loves Phineas and Ferb, but I do.
Yes. It's
Whole new
104
season.
days of
Summer
vacation.
vacation, school calls along, that's the ended. I just got
Yes.
King hooked on it,
Oh
and we're
gosh.
getting a brand new season.
Yeah,
Actually
Christopher has
tonight.
been pressed. And the way that he was like, yeah, their summer starts right when my summer starts. I'm like, yeah, buddy, get into it.
Yeah.
The way that they were literally like, yeah, Doofenshmirtz is back to his evil ways. And they were like, how do you know? And he was like, he literally posted on his social media, evil again. I was like, that is peak. And I'm sad.
Right? And we're getting a new season of Fairly Odd Parents. And it's a Black girl.
Oh, that's already been a thing. But we're
Yeah.
getting more seasons of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel away because it's like, just do her hair. You know what I mean?
Fair.
I feel like we're not supposed to say this, but like actually, if your fro is froing, that's fine. But if it's just kind of like this amorphous blob, it's like, I know your mama didn't. You know what I mean? Is it just me?
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Say it.
But because she's a little kid, I'm gonna let it go. Because I've seen many a little
100%. Like we're definitely not shading kids. I'm just saying, like, let her like, you know,
have it be cute, like in Craig of the Creek or
yeah, still be Afro, but like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
or Moon Girl. Like
I just don't like, realistically, how many little Black girls do you know that are like, if they're wearing their fro, they're wearing their fro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they got braids or something. We're split opinion on this too. Y'all see Keisha trying to find it, but
listen. Yeah, no, because my thing is like she's a little kid, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Let me look at this picture one more time. Yeah, that's a little kid. I let it rock. I let little kids look however they do. Like you made it out the house and you're alive. So that is successful in my opinion. At a certain age, I'm like, all right, we gotta tighten up a little bit. But for what I'm seeing, I'll let it rock for now.
I think that's part of where it's coming from, because it's like, that's how, you know, in these cartoons, that's how they look all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a Black little kid, your hair was not something that, you know what I'm saying, was played about. So that wouldn't be her look all the time. She might have like went to play and it came out when things got crazy with the fairies or whatever, but that wouldn't be how her hair looked all the time.
There's like nothing, because I haven't seen the show. So like, is there any time where she's in a bonnet, she's, you know, getting her hair done? Nothing like that.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched enough of it. All I know is Christopher loves it. So I'm like, you know what? You love it. I love it. But I just remember seeing parts of it and being like, normally they at least give you a bow or a headband or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Rachel said, I think she's like 10. Out. I feel like at 10, you got bobos. You know what I mean? Like,
Depends on the neighborhood. I'm sorry. I get it. Like in New York, when you're in predominantly black neighborhoods, I get it. But there are some black kids out here in my neighborhood. I don't know if you can hear me, but there are some black kids in my neighborhood where I'm like, someone didn't do your hair.
But
And
that's what
so
I'm
I leave it
saying. Like,
alone.
yeah, that's fair. Thank you, Dwayne. Rachel said she wears a hat sometimes, and Dwayne said, "Oh, her fro." ... Exactly. We're not shading no little kid, because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, play, enjoy yourself, be free, whatever. I'm glad that they got the texture right. I just
feel like
know what I know.
Yeah. There needs to be, I'm interested to see if they have like a difference, if she's seen wearing more than a hat, or if she has, something else. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, right, Dwayne? Like we all know that one girl in the neighborhood that's like, yeah.
And you call it what it is, and you know what it is. All I know is my mom or my auntie would have been like, "Oh, come on, baby, I'll do your hair," type of thing. You know what I mean?
So same. Those same kids that I was talking about in the neighborhood, I'm like, the minute I see your parents, I'm begging to do your hair.
Literally.
That's the whole
Literally. You know what I mean?
like, I don't even know you. I just want you to walk out your house. Yeah.
Because like looking at these pictures, it's like if there was like a discernible part or like intended shape,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it would be like the fro was froing, but it's not. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree, Dwayne. Like we all know a little girl like that, but
Yeah.
we'll let it rock for now.
She's still mad cute though, and the show was very
Yeah.
funny. And I was like, okay, representation. That's fair. Show how everybody. Because you know what? That girl whose mama didn't do the braids was like, period. I'm on Fairly Odd Parents. You know? Okay. I might have said too much, but it's all love.
Yeah.
But we appreciate y'all for coming through and rocking with us for
Yes,
2
yes.
hours of shenanigans and very heated discussions about big feelings about killing Storm in a race war. We love y'all.
You had to go and bring that shit up.
I did. But we appreciate y'all for coming through and sharing the vibes and spreading the love. And we'd appreciate if you continue with that energy and like, share, follow, comment, subscribe. Pink Riot Comic Show on all US platforms. Make sure that you go and run it up on Spotify, because we a podcast now, y'all. Run it up, drop those likes, those ratings, those listens, those streams, because it really does help us out. Tell a friend to check out Pink Riot Comic Show. If you liked this episode and you had a good time, maybe click on another one and check it out. The streams are helpful. Even if you don't watch it, just let that thing run in the back while you grabbing a drink or washing your dishes or whatever, because that's a form of support. Another way to support us is to hit that link and check out the Patreon. We got a free tier, but we got some tiers that cost a little bit of money, because these comics ain't gonna pay for
we have
themselves.
some big things coming up soon. Yeah,
Yes,
y'all
we do. Oh my
big
gosh.
So
And these cons ain't gonna pay for themselves. So check that out. And the different tiers have cool different perks. So we want to show love to our current subscribers.
Yes.
Where's the thing?
Hold on, got it.
Yeah. And we have to update
actually
this.
have more than this. Yeah.
We love you bad. Thank you guys for showing us love. And again, you don't have to be spending money to subscribe. We show love however we can. But yeah, if you had a good time today, or if you're just curious to see what we have to say next, we'll see you at the same damn place at the same damn time, because ain't no weeks off. And we love y'all. Love you. Bye.
Later. Where's my mouse? There it is. I definitely found more. All right. How many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.